I will be doing a quick tank review for the Swedish Tier 2 TD, the Pvlvv FM42. This vehicle for its tier, it is not that good nor bad for its tier, it is just average. As long as you use the appropriate tactic at the right time in this tank, you can do quite well in this TD. Remember the vehicles at this tier. If you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, you can be killed easily enough. Let's get into the vehicle stats now. Let's begin off with the firepower. The top gun that this tank have to offer you, it's a pretty good 37mm gun. You have a high rate of fire gun with a good penetration value. Damage output, it is average for this tier, but with the rate of fire, the penetration value, you can easily finish a tank off if you have a good amount of distance between you and them. The accuracy, it is not that great at .40 with the amazing aiming time of 2 seconds. As long as you use the high rate of fire, the quick load time, and the accuracy as well, you can do quite well at using this TD as a medium to a long distance sniper at time, as long as you fully aim in onto the target. The gun traverse to the left and to the right, it is pretty quick. It is at 42, so you can turn the gun to either side in a hurry if you have to. The gun traverse, it is pretty good downwards. The gun depression, it is 7 degrees downward, which is pretty nice, so you can hill fight with this if you have to. Gun elevation upward, it is good. At 30, the gun traverse to the left and to the right, it is 30. So, assuming you are on a part of the map, you can easily use this to your advantage, turn the tank at a certain angle, poke out quickly, shoot, fall back while using the amazing gun traverse you have at 30. Damage output per minute, it is pretty good, about 1100 damage. The vehicle survivability, it is nothing to write home about. You have 110 hit points, so you can be killed quickly if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, or if someone uses a high rate of fire gun on you. This vehicle, it is open top, have papers and armor, so the crew members and the modules, they can be damaged easily enough. Armor in the front, it is 10, side, rear, 8. So, HE rounds, if they hit the vehicle, they will do their full damage most of the time, while potentially knocking out the crew members and modules. So be careful about that. Mobility, it is pretty good for weighing about 5 tons. With the top engine of 110 horsepower, you have a pretty good horsepower to ton ratio at 23 horsepower to 1 ton. That means when you are on flat terrain, going in a straight line, or going downhill, you can easily reach the top speed of 50 kilometers. So you can switch in between location in a hurry if you have to. Reverse speed, it is pretty good at 20 backwards. The vehicle hold reverse speed it is good at 37. So you can turn the machine around in a hurry if you have to. This vehicle, when it comes to the vehicle stats and how it plays, it reminds me of some of the other nation lower tier TDs at times. The vehicle consumption, it is pretty good. It is 20.7 with a camouflage net camouflage paint and the camouflage perk. You can remain hidden off of enemy player radar for a good amount of time until you are seen or you are lit up. So this vehicle, when you are using the terrain around you quite well, you can remain hidden off of player radars at times. So try to make use of that at times, especially if you are planning to play this TD primarily as a medium to a long distance sniper at times. The vehicle camouflage rating when it is on the move, it is not that bad nor good. It is at 12.5. The vehicle spotting, it is not that great at this tier. 280 for the view range, 290 for the radio signal range. Let's get into the research part of the tank now. The research for the tank is an easy tank to go through, as there is very little for you to research to get to the IKV 72. You will just have to unlock the 37mm gun only. Besides that, the rest of the equipment here, it is optional for you if you want to unlock it or not. Let's begin with the pair of tracks. You can use the first pair of tracks here throughout the entire grind and mount all of the equipment onto the tank still without going over the vehicle weight limit of 5 tons. But if you are planning to add more additional equipment onto the tank here, you will have to unlock and use the second pair of tracks. The weight limit increases up to 6 tons. The whole traverse changes for the better between the two pair of tracks, 32 up to 35. So use either of the two pair of tracks if you want to. Engines, you have two to use. The first engine, it is 85 horsepower. It is not that bad nor good. You will be a mobile enough of a TD still with 85 horsepower. You can use the first engine throughout the entire grind if you want to get through the vehicle ASAP. But if you want to have a slightly better horsepower to ton ratio, unlock the second engine here as the horsepower to ton ratio increase by a bit. With the 110 horsepower radio, you only have one to use. Guns, you have two guns to use, a magazine fed gun and a 37mm gun. The thing you have to remember when you are using the magazine fed gun, you have a lot of ammunition in this gun here. Assuming you can use the 20 rounds up in a hurry, you can easily finish a tier 1 to 2 tank off in a hurry. You have a 9-second load time, which is not that bad nor good. So if you use the 9 seconds to your advantage, you can get into cover or use the terrain around you to hide yourself while you are loading the gun. The penetration value, it is okay for this tier, so you can penetrate most of the tanks still at this tier easily enough with the 20mm magazine fed gun. Damage output, it is not that great, but with the 20 rounds in the magazine, you can easily finish a tier 1 or 2 tank off in a hurry with 14 damage on average per a shot. It is not that accurate, 0.50, but you have a amazing aiming time of 2 seconds, just like the 37mm gun. It is 1.9 seconds. With the quick load time and the magazine count, you can fire about 400 rounds in a minute if you have to, which is not that bad nor good. So in theory, you can run out of ammo in a hurry if you have to finish multiple enemies off in a hurry. The 37mm gun, as I mentioned before, this is a high rate of fire gun that have good penetration value, okay damage output, with a okay accuracy and amazing aiming time. Use either of the 2 guns so you can get through this tank grind ASAP to get to the IKV-72. Now I will be covering the consumables, the ammunition layout, the equipment, and how are you going to be using the tank itself. Then I will show you a replay in the proving ground how well you can do with this vehicle when you are using the high rate of fire gun to do roughly about 1000 damage. Let's begin off with the consumables. The consumables at this tier, you may or may not want to use them. It is up to you. Consumables, if you are going to be using any of them, I would go with a small repair kit and a small first aid kit. Besides that, everything else here is not that useful, except for the large repair kit and the larger first aid kit, just for the permanent bonus when they are not being used. With the 37mm gun, you carry a lot of ammunition, 100 rounds of ammo. That means you will never run out of ammo in a match with this tank. The majority of the ammo you will be using, it is AP. HE, it's a viable option to use still, as you can penetrate most of the semi-armor targets at this tier easily enough with the HE round. So the main ammo type, you will be using AP as you can pen most of the tank easily enough, while HE, it is useful enough at this tier if you want to do a good amount of damage to the semi-armor targets that you will be going up against, mainly artillery pieces and other Swedish tanks at this tier area still. The equipment that you are going to be using, it is up to you if you want to use any of it or not. To get your repairs done in a hurry, use the toolbox here to have a better aiming time. Use the enhanced gun laying drive. When it comes to view range enhancement, it is up to you. Go with either coated optics or the binocular telescope. The camouflage net, it's a good idea to use it to improve your camouflage rating when you're planning to play this TD primarily as a medium to a long distance sniper, or being a passive scout at times, assuming you have either of the two viewing enhancement at times. Besides that, everything else here, it is not that usable at all. Now, how are you going to be using the Pvlvv FM42? As a tier 2 tank, you will have tier 2 matchmaking. The main roles that the FM42 can fill, easily enough, you can do quite well in this vehicle as a medium to a long distance TD, so you can snipe in this TD quite well. The other roles that you can fill in the tank itself, you can be quite the good aggressive frontline TD at times if you know how to play a frontline TD. You can be a passive scout as a support TD, or be a flanking TD at times if you are at the right place at the right time. Besides that, as long as you use the appropriate tactic at the right time, you can do quite well in this tank. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the Pvlvv FM42 when it comes to damage potential that you can do in the vehicle. I will be showing the damage potential off in this vehicle in the proving ground to give you an idea how well you can do in this vehicle when you're playing toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses while switching in between tactics at times. Let's speed this replay up a bit. First thing first, I am getting to a position here where I can make use of the terrain here to cover myself to shoot at anything that comes in my line of sight. Seeing nothing, I approach carefully forward. If anything did come out back there, I would have had sniped if I had the chance to do so. Now I am using the terrain here to protect myself as much as possible. That PD2 is approaching me with the high rate of fire that this gun does have. You can easily kill a lot of tier 2 and 1 vehicles in a hurry if you have to, as seen here. With not a lot of hit points and papers and armor, you can die easily, as seen here. I am playing quite aggressively, so I could have had died there. So I am being very careful as I poke out here. You see, I am angling myself using the maximum gun traverse left to shoot at the medium 2 here. Once I am sure I'm not going to be shot at, I poke out, shoot. The thing, if you're going to be playing this as a very aggressive frontline TD, you need to know how to use the terrain around you, fall back, and move forward quickly to get those necessary shots off when it comes to short to medium range at times. Now it is 10-3, 3 kills for me. I am moving forward here to get some more damage. I am doing pretty good so far. I have done about 600 damage, so about 6 times the vehicle hit points, which is pretty nice. The T-26 there, I try to aim at the vehicle but it got itself killed by a AI. The good thing with the top gun that this vehicle does have, with the good aiming time and the rate of fire, you can easily dispatch a tier 2 or tier 1 down to 0 hit points in a hurry if you have to, assuming you have the range on your side. The PD2 is the remaining vehicle. Let's speed this replay up a bit. I am trying to flank the PD2 Rio to have the advantage. With the vehicle being low to the ground here, you can easily hill fight with this if you have to at times. So you will only have to show the top part of the tank where the gun is. So if you're on certain maps like Mines here, this is a good tactic to use on certain part of the map here. I am using the hill here to cover myself. This replay in the proving ground here, I did quite well showing the vehicle damage potential off, assuming you play towards the vehicle's strengths, weaknesses, and use the appropriate tactics at the right time. This replay, I got myself 5 kills while doing about 970 damage, which is quite nice. Now, let's go back to the garage now to do a brief recap on the Pvlvv FM42. Let's do a brief recap on the tank itself. The tank itself, it is not that good nor bad for its tier. It is just average. As long as you use the appropriate tactic at the right time and at the right place, you can do quite well in this TD. Whether you prefer to play the vehicle as a medium to a front line type of TD, or be in the back, primarily being a medium to a long distance sniper at times. Besides that, as long as you stick to the vehicle's strengths, weaknesses, and know how to use this TD, you can do quite well in it. Besides that, I hope that you learn a thing or two about the Pvlvv FM42 and how to use it properly. If you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and even subscribe to my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.